Think about your most successful times in history. I would guarantee that you were very resourceful. With all the opportunities that exist today, why haven't you reached your next level of income, life, and wealth? In most cases, we've been lied to. We've been told that if you find the right opportunity and you work hard, you can be successful. And that's simply not true. Millionaires, billionaires, and successful people have realized you need the foundation for wealth, the habits. And that's exactly what you'll be learning on the Millionaire Success Habits podcast. All success starts here. People don't get held back by lack of resources. They get held back by not being resourceful enough. Hey, it's Dean Graziosi. Welcome back. This is the place we go upstream. We anchor in the foundation for success, the foundation for your next level of abundance, income, wealth. Yes, I'm filming this in my home office. It's a little echoey, but the message is what you need to hear if you're looking for sustainable wealth, sustainable happiness, not the get rich quick, overnight magical money machine. How's that working out for the world, for you? You're in the right place at the right time if you're ready to anchor in the strategies that can get you there. Hey, so awesome to have you. If you're a first timer, man, it's a privilege and a pleasure. If you're coming back week after week, I hope I'm serving you to the highest of my ability to give you the capabilities, to give you the habits, to give you the rules in 10 minutes or less that you can put into your life. I just know I've listened to a lot of great podcasts that take too long to gain the message, too long to get to it, and I just want to power right to it. So resourcefulness, what is that word, right? We hear it, we think about it, but is it a way of life for you? Think about your most successful times in history. I would guarantee that you were very resourceful. You got no told to you 5 times. You had the door slammed in your face. You didn't have the money. You didn't have the time. You didn't have the experience. But you got the job, got the deal closed. You got the guy. You got the girl. You made the deal happen. Whatever it was, you won the championship. You won the race. Whatever it was, your proudest moments, those accomplishments that you keep inside your heart and your soul, those things that allow you to feel confidence, I would bet to say you got there because of resourcefulness, not because someone handed it to you. I would bet to say if you can't start and get plateaus of success without money, if someone handed you $1 million, I don't know if you'd be successful either. Because if you're not resourceful with nothing, what are you going to do when you have something? So this is about anchoring in resourcefulness as your grandest asset. If I could wish for you, if you're watching or listening to this, if I could wish for you right now to give you $1 million and leave you exactly as you are, or make you massively resourceful, I would choose resourcefulness for you because it'll never go away. It will produce, the byproduct will be the money, and it will be sustainable. I want to give you a story, one I've been talking about and thinking through, and I haven't shared this much, but I'm writing about it in my current book, so I'm going to give you a little preview of it. But when I was, I guess in my teens, I was in my teens and early 20s, I raced snowmobiles. So picture this, didn't have any money growing up, all that stuff, right? Don't want to get in my past, but snowmobile racing was just like, or having a snowmobile. My dad had a snowmobile when I was a kid. I had a little kitty cat, little tiny snowmobile when I was 3 years old. So finally, in 1989, because that was the year of the snowmobile that I bought brand new, I bought a Polaris Indy 650 triple cylinder. It was $5,000 and I got to finance the whole thing. In 1989, I was probably 19 years old. I financed it. I got this brand new machine, and man, I cherished it because every payment was so hard to pay for. But I cherished that snowmobile. And then all of a sudden, in our little town, there was an old airport, the Marlboro Airport. And every Sunday that there was snow on the ground, man, it was just the place. My dad raced there when he was young. And now a whole generation later, go there on a Sunday, there's 40 snowmobiles and 100 people watching all these races, like not sanctioned, just like who could be the king of the airport. So I got hooked and I started learning how to make my machine faster, and I put spikes in it. I adjusted the suspension and I did all the stuff that people told me to do, and it was pretty damn fast. I was winning half the races against the top guys. I'd always come in first or second. Then I got the bug. Somebody watched me one day and said, "You're pretty fast. You should try their sanctioned races out in Connecticut." I'm like, I want to do that. So I learned about it and I adjusted my track. I did everything I could. I called some people I knew. I didn't have the money to just go blow. So anyway, long story short, I go to the first race and I get like third place. I'm like, and it was so, I'm an adrenaline junkie. Oh my God, it's drag racing. So if you ever saw drag racing, it's the lights. It's like, red, yellow, green. When it hits green, you got to hit the gas and you go. So I get third place. I'm completely hooked. I'm figuring out a way to modify my snowmobile to make it faster. Well, I get prices for pipes and making the cylinders bigger from a 650cc, make it an 800cc and all the stuff to modify the snowmobile, and it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and I just don't have it. And I'm not a snowmobile mechanic. I know my way around cars, and I'm good with my hands. I'm a good mechanic, but not specifically for snowmobiles. So this is the point where you say, well, I can't really compete because I don't have the money these other people do. And that's where resourcefulness kicked in. And here's what I did. Dave Yanoni was a guy who sold me a machine, and he knew a lot, but not all of it. So I started calling around to all these places that modified snowmobiles, that made them faster, that made them win in this drag race. And the truth is, some people will be like, yeah, if you want to pay us $3,000, $5,000, whatever it was, we'll do it. And other times I get some great mechanics and guys on the phone say, hey, son, let me tell you what you could do on your own. And if you get the money and you can do it, come back. And they're the people I ended up doing business with. But these guys would sit and say, listen, everybody worries about horsepower. This is one of the things. And this is what I'm learning by being resourceful, by making these phone calls. The guy tells me, everybody worries about horsepower, but what about clutching? And what he explained to me is that since I'm light, I can make my snowmobile shift faster, like get into high gear quicker. Not that that means anything to you guys, but he taught me how to change the spring, to change the gear ratio, to take the weights. In a snowmobile, there's a clutch that spins and there's weights, and centrifugal force blows the weights up, and as they go up, it shifts into higher gears and the belt and all this kind of stuff. Taught me how to shave the weights, to grind them, to change the angle so they don't lift up quicker. All this crazy stuff that I'm learning from these smart people, and I can't pay anybody to do it, so I got little files and grinders. And here's what I did. I went out in the apple orchard behind my house, and I'd bring my friend or my dad with a stopwatch, and I'd race the 500 feet drag race. Race, that's my snowmobile. It's my imitation of my snowmobile, screaming. I'd race, I'd time it, and I'd go adjust the clutch. I'd go adjust the springs. I'd file the weights, and I'd race it again. And I'd do it again until I beat the time. Now, long story short, I go back out to this circuit, and I race. First place in the 650 class. I bump up to the 750 class. First place. I bump up to the 800 open class. First place. I go out there and just tear everybody up. In fact, so well that when they were done, they tore my machine down. They made me take the whole thing apart. They thought I was cheating. I said I was a 650. They said, no way. 650s don't go this fast. They made me take the whole thing down. I wasn't cheating. I got my 3 trophies. Now, this was one circuit, and I raced that, and I win nonstop. And somebody says, well, you're doing good here, Dean, but the circuit where the team snowmobiles race, that's probably out of your league. Meaning Team Arctic Cat, Team Polaris, Team Skidoo, Team Yamaha, like sponsored, like you go and there's tractor trailers and the sponsored riders have leather on and the name Yamaha or Skidoo on the side, and they have a crew of 7 people. So I don't have the tractor trailers. I don't have a sponsorship. I don't have an extra snowmobile. In fact, I'm barely getting by. I drive to these races with my pickup truck with a buddy with me. My tools are in a milk crate, like an old plastic milk crate. I yank my snowmobile off the back of the truck. I let it fall on the ground. I adjust everything with the tools in my tool crate. Why am I telling you this story? Because what got me there wasn't money. What got me there wasn't an abundance of resources. That's how the rest of them were there. I got there by being resourceful. I went to those races and kept winning. And I finally went to the New England State Championship. That's Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, the whole Northeast. And I go, and it is unbelievable. There's tractor trailers, everybody's there, Team Arctic Cat, Team Skidoo, and literally I had to race like 5 races to qualify, maybe 4 races to qualify for the end big race, like the winner race, because I didn't have the points. I wasn't sanctioned. Nobody knew me. Some guy came up to me after the second race, said, oh, you're doing good with that old snowmobile, but wait till you race those guys. And he pointed to the big guys. And here's what I kept doing. I kept just being resourceful. I was filing my clutches. I was cooling down machine. I was doing all the things that people do when you don't have abundance of resources. And we got to the final race. And I'm in the final race. I look over Team Yamaha, Team Skidoo, Team, ArctiCAD, all of them lined up. And man, I had practiced resourcefulness. I had fake handlebars in my room, and I used to watch a light go red to green, and I'd practice. I probably practiced that 1,000 times. My heart's beating through my chest. The machines are loud. They're all lined up. All my friends are there. They're all lined up. There's hundreds and hundreds of spectators, and that light goes red, red, yellow, green. I nailed the gun. I nailed the light. I jump out in front of everybody. Team Skidoo, I forget her name. It was a girl that raced it. She was amazing. She was right by me, and she passed me a little right before the finish line, and I caught a groove like my machine didn't want to lose either. And at the last minute, my machine just kind of jumped out, and I won the New England State Championship with a 5-year-old machine that worked on it with tools in a milk crate. I didn't have the money they had. I didn't have the horsepower they had. I had one thing. I had resourcefulness. And if you'd love to learn how to make impact on a whole nother level, how to tap into a $355 million a day industry and learn it from myself and Tony Robbins, then you're going to want to go to the URL deanstraining.com. That's deanstraining.com. There's a 2-hour training that you could register for with me and Tony Robbins, where we pull back the curtain, and oh my God, it is going to rock your world. Go to deanstraining.com. Learn how to make impact and profits in today's crazy, exploding knowledge industry. So I told you that whole story today to inspire you that you have more at your fingertips than you realize. You don't need what everybody else has. I didn't need the tractor trailer. I didn't need the extra snowmobile. I didn't need the crew of 6 people. What I needed was to be obsessive, to be resourceful, and know that I could win. That's my message for this week. How can you be more resourceful? Again, it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you week after week. Implement this. Don't just listen. I try to cover as much as I can in a short period of time so you can grab it, take it, go to the next level. And remember, all success starts right here. What's up? What's up? Hey, before you go, you need to watch these next few videos. They're absolute game changers. Hurry up and click right over here and watch them, and I'll see you there.